Hey friends, welcome back to Millennial Realtor Monday. So today we are talking about all things education and what schools to pick when you decide to move. So I have LaToya here with us and I'll let her introduce herself in a moment. But guys, if you're new here, I am Keyra. My channel talks about real estate tips and tricks, dance, fitness, go-tos, and much, much more. Now let's get into this, girl.
Let's do it.
Woo-woo. Okay, all things education. LaToya Gibson, tell us about Gibson Education Services before we jump into everything, so people know, who you are and what you represent.
So I am the founder and owner of Gibson Educational Services. Just some services that we offer are mainly to school districts and universities. Some of our clients are Cedar Hill ISD, DeSoto ISD, University of Texas, and Austin. So we have a lot of different clients, and we work with those school districts to be able to provide tutoring and intervention to kids across the state. So if there was a student at a school and they may need some sort of intervention or reading assistance to be able to catch up on their work, then our tutors will be able to assist them with that. So
awesome.
We support a lot of kids across the state, and it's been just a joy to be able to do that for a lot of kids and see their progress
and their transformation.
With SATs and ACT, STAR, just a lot of different ways we help kids, and it's been a joy, a pleasure.
Excellent. Well, we hope that you're enjoying and bring so much value to everyone when deciding to pick schools when they move. So my first question to you is, when people are looking to move, they want to know, how can they score schools to know that it's a good school for their child?
So when you're looking for a home, I think the biggest thing is, where do I start? What do I do? How do I know if a school is a good school or not? And one thing that I would suggest to people is to go online. It's the easiest thing to do. There's tons of websites that you can go on that will give you information and STAR scores, turnover rates in schools, even just the demographics in schools.
Okay.
Some of those websites include niche.com and greatschools.com as well. So,
and I'll make sure I put all the links and all the things, material that she's talking about today down in the description. So don't even worry. Keep going. So what other school and websites?
So those are just two that you can go on. But the most important thing is when you go on that you're not overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So things that you're supposed to be looking for while you're on those websites is the demographic, the turnover rate, how the students score on STAR. Those are just big things in terms of how the school is operating. Turnover rate in school. Are there constant teachers going in and out, and they work for a year and then they leave? And that's important because there's never a culture that's developed within a school, and it could be detrimental for a kid to have a new principal every year, or have
the consistency, I would think, is something that you need.
Within a school. So those are super important things to think about when considering a location or school for your kids.
And that's how you score it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so my next question is, what are the top districts in the DFW Metroplex?
So DFW has a lot of good school districts. It's hard to really pinpoint which ones, because there are amazing schools across the Metroplex.
That's what we like to hear.
It's great. And honestly, I really feel that's one of the reasons why a lot of people move to DFW, because there is just a plethora of different school districts to choose from. The top ones that I can think of offhand are Carroll ISD, Highland Park ISD,
of course,
Lovejoy ISD, and Allen ISD. Now, and that's not to discount the other districts.
Those are just the top.
Just the top ones. But I tell people all the time, if you want to move to a different place or a different city, suburb, you don't have to move to those places. There are good schools all over DFW.
I love that. Okay. Yeah. And you sound so passionate when you talk about schools and the kids. I just love that. And by the way, guys, I don't know if I kind of gave this disclaimer, but LaToya is also my bestie. So yeah. Okay, so all those districts sound great. So tell us some actual schools. What are some good schools for elementary, middle school, high school?
Yeah, so I didn't mention Dallas ISD, right? Because I do feel that Dallas ISD has gone through a lot of changes over the years, and quite frankly, probably for most people have a bad reputation. But Dallas ISD schools, they have a lot of schools. The district does have a lot of schools. So what I do want to highlight some of their good schools that they have. Lakewood Elementary is a great school,
Yeah.
elementary school. That's a really good. Sanger Elementary is a great elementary school to send your kids. Some middle schools in Dallas IFC. Griner Elementary, Dallas
Yes.
Environmental Science Academy.
And Griner's kind of like Booker T with the
Mhm.
middle school version.
Yeah,
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. So there are great schools. Now these are magnet schools, so you didn't have to test and do some things like that. But not discounting those really good schools in the DISD.
Metroplex or just area.
Districts. High school, your school, Booker T. Washington, an amazing school, you know.
Yes.
And so I say all that to say, yes, you can go to, Lovejoy, you can go to Allen, those schools, but don't discount your school that is right up the street from a home that you may fall in love with.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that you gave us some good, Dallas middle schools, elementaries, high schools. Now tell us the top private schools, because if you're going to a private school, you can live anywhere in the Metroplex. So give us those.
Dallas Fort Worth has some really amazing private schools. They can be very expensive, but if your budget can afford for your kids to go to private school,
By all means, do it.
by all means, take advantage of those schools. Some of those schools include Hockaday.
Okay.
We all know the all-girl school Hockaday. It is the #1 private school in Texas. It is the #3 school in the nation.
That speaks volume.
Yes, it does.
Wow.
St. Mark's is a boys' school. I believe it's a sister school to Hockaday.
It is.
Green Hill is also a very good school. And St. Monica is also St. Monica Catholic Academy is a good school. And then I'll probably say St. Rita's is also a good school too. These schools, like I said, they can be very expensive, but they're very, very good. Highly.
Man, this is so much great information. So to sum all this up, what would you say are like some tips and tricks that you would give parents when researching for these schools, and also how to get involved to make sure that these schools are, upholding the great value that they are supposed to have?
There's a lot of things that you can spot. Of course, like we mentioned already, online research is the best.
Yeah.
Looking for comments that other parents have made on these websites. Google reviews.
Okay, reviews, I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
Okay.
Google reviews are always great. And don't look at the 5-star reviews. Go to the ones and see what the problem was. And because a one may be taking your score down for things that doesn't really matter to you. But I would say doing that, I would stay away, and this is a really good tip. I would stay away from schools that highly market themselves within the community. Meaning this. If you're driving down the interstate and you're seeing tons of billboards for different charter schools or schools, I would say think again, because
Wow.
yeah. Well,
She's giving us the scoop, y'all.
yeah, because how many, I'll give you an example. How many billboards have you seen for Hockaday?
None.
None. It's word of mouth. The people that they're producing out of these schools are highly educated. They're going to college. They're finishing college. So they don't need to have billboards to say, hey, your child should come here.
They have testimony.
They have testimony. Their numbers say so.
Yeah.
So, those are just little things. When you go to the school, tour the school. Tell them, I want to tour the school. Right now, it's not really possible.
Yeah.
But when,
That's why I kind of was like,
yeah. But at some point, COVID will be over, and this will be a
Praise
tip
God.
for you when So this will be a good tip for you when school opens back up, is just to tour the school. I would highly recommend to tour the school while it's in session, meaning while kids are there. Walk the halls with the kids, with the principal, and ask questions about things that are going on. Because you'll be able to get a good feeling of what's happening within the school if you do things like that. I would ask questions while you're touring the school or while you're talking to your school principal, potential principal, is ask them, what is the graduation rate, college graduation rate for students here? I think a lot of schools are really putting in the forefront that their students are graduating from high school. Great,
Yeah,
that's awesome, right? But, and then they say, okay, well, we have 100% graduation rate, and we have 100% 100% college entry rate, but they never talk about how many of their students graduate college and finish.
Ooh, y'all, that's so good.
Yeah, so that's super important. So when they say, "Oh, all of our students go to college and all of our students were admitted," your follow-up question should be, how many of those students graduated from college? Because that's the real important piece of it all. So those are my little nuggets for everybody.
I love it. So make sure that you're researching online and reading those reviews. And also another tip is to go and tour these schools. Go and walk with the principal while school is in, so you can really get a feel of what the school is going to feel like for your child.
Yes.
And then also at the end, make sure you have those follow-up questions about graduating from college, right? Not just graduating from high school.
Yes.
Man, that was solid. Okay, so also tell us a little bit, give us a recap on your services, and then also add in a little bit about homeschooling too, if you can.
So, just like we talked about earlier, so we not only support school districts, but we also support parents. So you can go on our website, GibsonEducationalServices.com, and you can do virtual homework support. You can do book club, book series. We have a lot of different fun activities and support for kids online. We even have a dance class that Keyra actually teaches as well. So
check it out.
Yes. So we have a lot of different options. Another option we have is homework support, right? So we're in COVID times. This is really tough times for everyone, right?
Yeah, parents, teachers, and the students. Yeah.
Yes. So right now, you could take advantage of our tutors and have them support your child and advocate for your child and send emails to your child's teacher and really just make sure that they're not getting behind on any of their homework and that they're studying and that they understand everything. So it's a lot of support on our website, and you should check it out.
I love it, and I'll make sure I put all the information down below. Thank you so much once again, LaToya. And also, guys, you know my mission is to help millennials and first-time home buyers create that generational wealth one home at a time. And I hope this gives you more information on what schools to pick when deciding to buy a home, because I know that is a big decision. All right, guys, well, I love you, and thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, see you then.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, there she is. It's Keyra Ford. Keyra Ford. You don't know what? Never heard? Oh my gosh, she slays every time.